Story inspired by Chanakya's wisdom. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled near the banks of the Yamuna River, there lived a wise scholar named Vishnu. Known for his deep understanding of ancient scriptures and his contemplative nature, Vishnu was admired by everyone, young and old. Despite his wisdom, he remained humble and would always seek knowledge from the great epics, the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and the Srimad Bhagavatam. One sunny morning, as the village came to life with the chirping of birds and the scent of fresh earth, Vishnu sat beneath the shade of a banyan tree, deeply engrossed in a scroll that contained the story of King Yudhishthira and his fateful gamble with the Kauravas. The Mahabharata had always been a favorite of his. He would read the story of Yudhishthira, the eldest Pandava, who had placed everything dear to him on the line in a game of dice: his kingdom, his brothers, and even himself. The game ultimately led to their exile, yet through it, Yudhishthira's character, his patience, wisdom, and devotion to truth, stood out. Vishnu would contemplate how Yudhishthira's struggles and sacrifices were a reflection of a deeper spiritual truth, that wisdom, even in times of failure, is the true victory. As the day progressed, Vishnu met with his close friend, Radha, who came to him for guidance. Radha was a devoted wife and mother, and the two often shared discussions about duty, righteousness, and devotion. This afternoon, Vishnu spoke of Sita, the beloved wife of Lord Rama. He recounted the challenges she faced, being kidnapped by Ravana, enduring her trial by fire, and her unwavering faith in her husband. Vishnu told Radha, Sita's life was one of sacrifice, faith, and the purest form of love. Her strength didn't come from physical prowess but from her devotion and her ability to withstand immense hardships. This is the power that every woman holds in her heart, the power of Dharma. As the evening settled in, the village was bathed in the soft golden glow of twilight. Vishnu walked down to the nearby riverbank, where he would often listen to the evening stories narrated by the villagers. This time, the tales were about the playful and mischievous Lord Krishna, particularly his childhood pastimes of stealing butter from the elderly cowherd women in Gokula. The villagers laughed and shared how the baby Krishna would charm the elderly women with his playful eyes, stealing butter from their homes and creating an atmosphere of joy and divine mischief. Vishnu smiled to himself as he listened. He understood the deeper meaning of Krishna's antics. They were not just pranks but a reminder of how Krishna's divine nature could bring joy to even the simplest of lives. Through these stories, Vishnu saw a reflection of divine love, how Krishna's playful nature symbolized the lightness of being and the joy that comes from embracing life with a sense of humor, innocence, and devotion. As the night grew darker, Vishnu returned to his home and reflected on the teachings he had absorbed throughout the day. The words of Chanakya Pandita echoed in his mind: wise men spend their mornings in discussing gambling, the afternoon discussing the activities of women, and the night hearing about the activities of theft. Vishnu understood the depth of this teaching. The Mahabharata taught him the lessons of righteousness, sacrifice, and the consequences of attachment. The Ramayana showed him the power of devotion, virtue, and the trials of love. And the Srimad Bhagavatam reminded him of the divine presence in even the smallest actions and the importance of joy, playfulness, and surrender to the divine will. Through the day, Vishnu had not only learned from the great epics but also applied their lessons to his own life. His mornings were spent reflecting on the choices he made in life, his afternoons on honoring the roles of women, mothers, daughters, and wives, and his nights were filled with stories that filled his heart with devotion and love for the divine. In this way, Vishnu lived his life, embodying the timeless wisdom of Chanakya's teachings. He understood that wisdom was not just in scholarly knowledge but in applying the principles of Dharma, love, and joy in everyday life. And so, Vishnu became a living example of how the teachings of the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Srimad Bhagavatam could guide an individual toward true wisdom and fulfillment. Moral of the story: Chanakya's wisdom teaches us to balance our understanding of life. Just as wise men divide their day into reflections on gambling, understanding the deeper truths of sacrifice and dharma, women, honoring devotion and the feminine qualities of strength and love, and theft, embracing joy and the divine playfulness of life, we too can learn to live a life of balance, reflection, and devotion. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.